Watch this if you feel life is unfair. You can stay and complain about how life isn't fair, or you can accept the fact, face the fact, and learn how to handle life as it is. Hello and welcome to Unpopular Opinions Worldwide, and on today's video we are looking at life being unfair. I will use myself as an example. I was in a beauty pageant less than 2 weeks ago. Was I good enough to be in top 3? Yes. Did I have what it took to be in top 3? Yes. Did I get to the top 3? No. Did that stop me from continuing to live my life to the best of my abilities? No. Did I whine and complain to everyone? No. Instead, I got on with my life and appreciated the lessons I learned from the whole 4 months. How many nights have you cried yourself to sleep because you felt life was unfair? How many nights have you screamed into a pillow due to the unjust that was committed to you? You know you've worked hard for that thing, yet the outcome wasn't how you thought it was supposed to be. How long have you been doing something with no tangible results, then a newbie comes and surpasses you? I know you prayed hard for the recovery of a loved one, yet they did not make it. You did work on your relationship, yet they still left or cheated. When you look at your life, where you come from, where you were born, how much you lacked even sometimes the basic necessities, and then you look at other kids who had it all, yet they were still ungrateful. I know. Here is the thing. We tend to waste energy, time, and effort complaining when we don't get what we know we deserve. I used to be the kind of person who complained endlessly about how unfair life was. I did that a lot. I only stopped when I realized that all it did was weigh me down, make me bitter, and affect the quality of my life. Let me ask you a question. You feel that life is unfair to you. That's why you're watching this video. Am I right? You beat yourself about it, complain, and are very angry at life, yes? And where has that gotten you? Just look at your life. Where has it gotten you? Did it change the outcome of the decision that made you feel life was unfair? I bet the answer is no. Let's be honest. There are 7.8 billion people in the world. Now, not unless you are the one in charge of the conclusions, most of the decisions made around you will always not be in favor of you. Sometimes it's hard to understand why things happen the way they do, but here is the thing. Life was, is, and will always remain unfair, and that's just reality. Now I'm going to share with you 3 ways you can deal with the fact that life is unfair. Number 1, seek professional help. Some things that happen to you, no matter how much you try to accept that life is unfair or try to let past remain in the past, unless you seek professional help, there is no way around it. For example, long periods of abuse or rape, you can't just assume that it never happened. You can't say that I'm going to let the past stay in the past. So you have to deal with it by seeking professional help. That's one way. The other way, the second way, that is my way, I practice this a lot, is acknowledging that what was meant for me will always be mine. It will eventually be mine. Like seriously, what was written when I was born that this is what she will have when she's at this point of life, it will always be mine, no matter what happens. And I want you to say this with me. What was meant for me will eventually be mine. Say it like you mean it. Say it when you're walking, when you're doing stuff. Always remind yourself that what was meant for you will eventually be yours. That's when you're faced with unfairness of the world, with the injustice that's going on in the world. You'll always say that what was meant for me will always be mine. Other than that, you're just going to go crazy thinking that why it didn't happen? Why this and this didn't happen for me? Why she got it and not me? Why he got it and not me? Why was that man promoted over me, yet I have more experience, yet I've been on this job for so long? Yeah, so that's how I deal with it. Because for me, I know for a fact that my life plan has already been mapped out by God, And if I don't get what I know I deserve, it's because it wasn't aligning with God's intention and purpose in my life. I always know that God has plans for me that are way better because He has already promised me that. And that makes it so easy to let go of any unfairness served to me. So what I do is when I feel that there has been unfairness, I just go to God, I pray, and I'm grateful for whatever it has taught me. I give thanks to God and request Him to continue aligning me with what was meant for me. So that's for the believers, the people who are religious. So this third way I'm going to share with you is for the people who are non-believers, the non-religious people. So I want you to think about it this way when you feel like life is unfair towards you. I want you to look at what makes you or made you feel like life was unfair and ask yourself this question. Is there something I can change about the situation, the outcome? If the answer is yes, then go ahead and plan out how you are going to do it. If the answer is no, then no matter how much you dwell upon it, life will remain to be unfair. So why not relieve yourself of the anger burden, the forever question why this is happening to me and not to them? Allow yourself to deeply understand that most of the unfairness that happens around us is beyond our control. So the best thing you can do is freeing yourself from getting trapped in things you can't control. Aim at giving your best in each and everything that you do, so as that will make you proud of yourself whether you get the results you wanted or not. So I want you to, anytime you feel like, oh my God, this is not fair, this happened to me, why? Asking yourself, beating yourself about it, being so bitter, ask yourself, can I change this? If the answer is yes, then map out, how am I going to do it? How am I going to change this? If the answer is no, then just let it go. Just let it go, because the more you think about it, the more you're bitter about it. It's ruining the present moments that you're supposed to be enjoying. You're in this world for a specific time and period. So those are the things that I do when I feel that life is unfair. It just didn't happen the other day that I woke up and I realized that, oh my God, I can pray to God. Like, I didn't just wake up and realize that I can acknowledge that life is unfair and just go about my life. It took me a while. It's a journey. So start it today. Whenever you feel that it's unfair, say, can I change it? No, let it go. Ask God to continue aligning you with things that are really meant into your life. I hope this video was really productive to you. I hope it opened your eyes one way or another.